Many hands make light work and relationship goals. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, welcome to day 2006 of What's She Up To Now, documenting the journey originally as I transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business, and back and forth in both nowadays. Nowadays I like to be kind of everywhere, and I have my feet both in the online world and the offline world as well. Why? Because we can start things online, but we're talking about relationships this month in the Get Your Goals Annual Challenge and relationship goals, and many of my goals involve other people and relationships, so it just makes sense that I participate in both the offline and online world. It's just more fun. Thursday, day 2006 already, of documenting my journey and sharing information and talking about different topics every day. For the last several years, I've created a couple of pieces of content. Some days more than others, some years more than others. This year we're just doing 2. Kind of simplified it over the years. It got to be a lot. A couple of years ago I was doing like 4 or 5 different segments and video things a day, every single day, and that got to be a lot. So I've cut back, and this year I'm just sharing the annual challenge every day. And this year's annual challenge is the Get Your Goals Annual Challenge. We're doing one thing every day to get what we want in different areas or aspects of our life. This month's focus is on the relationship area and aspect of the life framework that I use, which is a 9-part life framework. I love my graphics, right? They're just so fancy. The funny thing is I have to write backwards because I record on an Android phone, and so I've learned pretty well to write backwards. Every once in a while you'll see one of my letters are the right direction, meaning they show up backwards here, but for the most part I've gotten pretty good at it. But the 9-part framework that I currently use is physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, communication, and confidence. I added those in 2021 because I was in a coaching program where we were talking about the foundational skills that are required to have success in any area or aspect of our life. And communication and confidence are right up there at the top of the list. So I added them to my goal framework and the things that I do and was doing. And so this year, of course, I'm talking about and sharing those things. Today's topic for our relationship area, we're working toward the process, our goal process that we developed at the beginning of the year. It's a 7-step process. And the last 7 days of each month, we cover one goal. And last month, I'm like, why am I not covering my most important goal for this area or aspect of my life? So when it came to financial, I picked what is my most important goal, and I ran through the process with that. I'm going to do the same thing this month with relationships. What is my most important relationship? And I'm going to run it through that process day by day by day, step by step, so that I, number one, solidify it in my own life and in my own experience, but also to share it with other people. So today we talked about commitment, and I had us rate ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed, and we picked one relationship to answer these questions about, and these 3 topics. How committed am I to that relationship? Am I all in? Am I a 10, or am I just dabbling and flirting with the relationship, or I don't care one way or the other if the relationship works out? Secondly, how much effort, work, and energy am I willing to put into that relationship? And doing this one on a percentage, 0 to 100%, because you can only give all you have to give, which is 100%, right? So I have a pet peeve of mine. So how much energy, how much effort are you putting into that relationship? And finally, third, open-mindedness and flexibility. How open-minded and flexible am I with respect to that particular relationship? And I just made a scale because I like to put things on a scale of 0 to whatever you want it to be. But I just made a scale of not would be at the left-hand side, and then infinitely open and flexible would be at the right-hand side. How open-minded and flexible am I with respect to that relationship? Now, I say open-mindedness does not equal compromising my core values. My core values will stay my core values no matter what relationship I'm involved in. My beliefs and my thoughts might change, and I'm flexible on those, but when it comes to what's core to my being and who I really am, those things are not ever going to change no matter what relationship I'm in. And those have definitely been tested in my lifetime, because I was married to someone who had different core values than I did, and I stuck to my core values, and that's why I'm single. So that's our topic for the annual challenge. For Supersize Your Business, our idiom was many hands make light work. I love this idiom because it applies to all of our businesses and most of our relationships and most of the big things we want to accomplish in life. We seldom accomplish anything incredible all by ourselves, right? We might have an idea all by ourselves, but then it takes other people and relationships to make that a reality in the world. And so we talked about how does having more hands, more help, more people, more skills, more abilities help us create some of the things that we want in the world. So that's all I've got today. Saturday in my neck of the woods, getting ready for a bunch of projects and a bunch of things that are going on. My mom left yesterday and went back to Texas, so I'm a little sad about that. So I like to keep busy when I miss her. So it'll be a fun, busy weekend. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, have an absolutely fabulous day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow just to pop in and talk about what I'm working on. If you've got a question you'd love me to cover, just share it in the comments below or direct message me, and I'll make sure that I do that. Have a great day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.